Hold up. I want to show you something about yourself that might change the way you see this entire year. I am Sherry. I'm your manifesting bestie. Let's go. If you've ever started feeling in January that you're just unstoppable at the beginning and then watch your energy disappear by week 3, it's not what you think and it's not your fault. So hear me out. We all do this. We start the year off with clarity, so excited, lots of energy, and then something happens. This switch flips off and the momentum is gone. And most people go straight into self-blame. I'm not consistent. I can't stick to anything. Something's wrong with me. And you really just shame yourself. But it's not you. There are actually 2 different versions of you. And only one of them can create serious change. So there's a version of you that I like to call your high self. And that shows up when you're hopeful. And your high self believes in your potential. She's the one who wrote your January goals. But she's not the version who wakes up with you every single morning. There's the version that wakes up with you at 6 a.m. with a full schedule, juggling the kids, work, responsibilities, your emotions. That's your survival self. And the survival self has one job: to survive and keep everything stable. This is where things break down. Because you set your goals from your high self, but you try to live from your survival self, and your survival self energy cannot sustain high self dreams. Not because you're weak, but because the wiring is completely different. So let me break it down. The high self stands in the future saying, come on, there's more for you. And survival self stands in the present saying, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I'm trying my best. Now imagine giving them both the same task. Wake up early, eat clean, start the business, journal every day, stay patient, change your life. High self says, let's do it. Survival self is like, why and how and with what energy? And guess who wins? The version trying to keep you safe every single time. So here's the part that people never realize. You don't lose motivation because you're inconsistent. You lose motivation because you're switching states. That's it. Your high self created the plan. Your survival self is trying to execute it. And she's doing it with a body that's already maxed out. And if you're watching this still, which I already know the version of you who showed up today, which is your high self, because that version still believes that something can shift. She's awake and she is paying attention. But your survival self is here too, holding on to everything and protecting you and trying her absolute best. She's not sabotaging you, she's just keeping you safe in the only way she knows possible. So here is the truth. You do not need more discipline, more motivation, and you definitely don't need a new you. You need to stop building your future from a state of survival. Because the moment your body feels safe, your high self becomes accessible again. Not just in January, but all year round. So before you decide to fix your life, ask yourself one question. Am I in my high self? Because the moment you know the difference, everything changes and you stop abandoning yourself. So if you want to operate from your high self, just notice when you're not. Awareness is the key. If you feel like you're in a state of survival, where you're anxious or you feel overwhelmed, just take a moment to breathe. And for me personally, box breathing is the best. I inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6, and pause for 2. So kind of look something like inhaling for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I pause, I hold my breath at the top for 2, 1, 2, exhale for 6. And then I hold again at the bottom for 2. And then I just repeat that over and over again for 5 minutes. So give that a try. Let me know how it goes. Always remember that if you're not feeling motivated, you're not feeling hopeful, you are in your survival state. So just try to get out of that state to get to where you want to be. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you all.